Hi and welcome to week 7 of 1 month's online Pilates. Hope you're well and I hope you're ready for this week's session. Right, we're going to do a different warm-up. So we're going to do what's called a cat stretch. So your knees are going to be underneath your hips and your arms are going to be underneath the shoulders. And we're just going to take a couple of deep breaths in and out. So just breathe in gently through your nose and feel your ribs expand and breathe out through your mouth. Remember, as we breathe in through our nose, it energizes us. And as we breathe out through the mouth, it relaxes us. So think of your neutral position, even though we are in a cat stretch pose. Your spine and your pelvis are still aligned. So now this time on your next breath in through your nose, you're going to push your tailbone away from your body and you're going to open up your chest and you're very gently just going to where it's comfortable, raise your head. And as you breathe out, you're going to scoop your belly back, drop your head and push your tailbone down. Breathing in as you come back through your neutral position, opening up the chest, pushing your tailbone away and gently dropping your head. Don't take any strain in your neck. Breathing out, drop your head, scoop your belly back, pushing your belly button in towards your spine. Breathing in as we go back the other way. Breathing out. But do one more each way. And fall back into that neutral position. What we're going to do now, we're going to reach with one arm, scoop it under, reach across, you breathe out, breathe in to come back to centre. Breathing out, going, doing exactly the same thing the other way. Still keeping the core intact. And we're just warming up the arms and the shoulders. We're just in a different position than we usually do this. Breathing out to reach. In to come back, one more each arm. In to come back to centre, breathing out as we go to the other side. Breathing in to come back. And we're going to sit or lie on our mat, should I say. And we're going to do a couple of thigh hugs. So find that neutral position. You're now going to hold the legs. And as you breathe out, you're going to squeeze your knees towards your chest. Breathing in as you relax it away. Breathing out to squeeze. And breathing in to relax. So as you're squeezing your knees towards your chest, you're actually doing a pelvic tilt as well at the same time. Breathing in to relax it down. Breathing out to squeeze. Breathing in to release. And just give me one more. Breathing out to squeeze. Into release. And from here, we're now going to do some circles. So don't make them too big so that you lose your balance. So we're going to go one way. Just swinging your pelvis into a circle. You can breathe in one way. And breathe out when you get to the top and go around again. And back to the centre. Let's go the opposite way. And just very gently, we're just warming up the lower back. Don't make your circles too big that you actually lose your balance. Shouldn't need to put your hands on the floor. And one more. And back to centre. And gently stretch out your legs. Find that neutral position. Let's do a couple of breaths in and out. And focus the mind with the body. And get rid of all the tension from your body. Your tension areas, remember, are in your face, your neck, your shoulders. If you have to give your shoulders a little bit of a wriggle to settle them down into the mat. Same with your pelvis. Drawing back your pelvic wall in towards your spine and then pushing your spine down in towards the mat. This is the easiest way in this position to find our neutral position. And just give me a couple of more deep breaths in and out. And hopefully now we should be focused. So you're going to bend your knees in. And from here we're going to float our legs up to tabletop. So breathing out as you raise the one leg into pause. Breathing out as you raise the other leg. And we're going to go into the 100. So lengthen through your arms from your shoulders and gently pulse. You're going to breathe in for 5 pulses and you're going to breathe out for 5 pulses. This is your first level. If you want it a little bit more intense, tuck your chin and do exactly the same thing from there. If that gets too much, you can either place one foot back down onto the mat, or you can bring your heels a little bit closer to your body and you can do it from there. And again, if that gets too much again, you can lower your head back down. Do try to keep your breathing nice and even, so do be conscious of your breathing in for about 5 pulses and out for 5 pulses. You don't want to hold your breath. Now, if you are quite comfortable in this position, you can now start to take your feet away from your body. So you're going to stretch them out a little bit more. So they're going into this position. You will feel this a lot more in your core. Don't have your legs up straight because you may as well just still be in this position. So if you want to take your feet away, again, if it gets too much at any point, you can always give yourself a thigh hug until you've recovered. You can try again. As I say, you can lower one leg if that gets too much. And just give me one more full set if you can. And give yourself a thigh hug and very gently roll your head from side to side. And push your legs into your hands or sit yourself at the easiest way for you. And we're going to do the roll up. So again, I'm going to give you a couple of options. So your first choice is, as you breathe in, lengthen through your spine, you're supporting yourself with the hands underneath your legs. And as you breathe out, you're tucking your chin, you're scooping your belly back and lowering to where it's comfortable. Breathing in to come to your lengthened spine. Breathing out as you reach and lengthen your spine over the top. So this is your first level. Breathing out to scoop the belly back into your lengthened spine. Breathing out as you reach over, reaching forward with the crown of your head. Next level, go back to where it's comfortable without shaking. Breathing in to come to your lengthened spine. Breathing out as you reach over the top. You can now, with that one, you can now straighten your legs. You can't actually see my legs and feet, but you can flex your feet. If you want to, go back to where is comfortable. Breathing out as you reach over the top. Be careful when you're reaching over the top that you're not raising the shoulders, that you're not taking any strain. You're lengthening from the crown of your head forward. If you've got your legs straight now, you should be able to feel that stretch all the way down the back of your legs. So give me one more. And you're going to roll yourself all the way down. And we're going to work a little bit more on our abdominals. So find your neutral position, bend your knees in, float your legs up to tabletop the usual way. Breathing out to raise the one leg into pause. Breathing out to raise the other leg. This is your first level. From here, you're going to breathe out, breathe in to change. Breathe out to toe tap, in to change. If you feel that your lower back is arching, please don't try to touch the floor. Just go to where is comfortable and you're not arching that lower back. You want to be working your abdominals. If you're quite comfortable with this, you can breathe in, place your hands behind your head, elbows pointing out. Do exactly the same, but just with your hands behind your head. Now, if that is quite comfortable for you and you want to progress a little bit, you can now bend the one knee in, straighten out the other one as you breathe out. Breathe in to change, breathe out to stretch that leg, in to change. And again, if you're quite comfortable with that, you can now quicken the movement up a little bit. Now, if you are going to do it a little bit faster, you need to breathe in one way and out the other, because you don't want to be doing any crazy breathing. You want to be doing your nice deep thoracic breathing. So it's entirely up to you how you feel comfortable. You can try it a little bit more advanced, and if you're not comfortable with that, you can take it back to the toe taps. It's entirely up to you how you feel comfortable. And again, you can give yourself thigh hug if you feel that you need to. Recover yourself and go back to it. Okay, we're just going to do a couple more. And one more each leg. And roll your head back down. Going to do some leg stretching. So you can place one foot on the floor, straighten out the other one. Give it a quick pull. As you breathe out, breathe in to release. Breathe out, quick pull, in to release. Now, if you are quite comfortable with that, we are going to go up to the next level. And the next level is float your legs up to tabletop, straighten them out, tuck your chin, as your shoulders come off the mat, you're gently going to hold the one leg, and as you breathe out, you're going to lower that one leg down, in to come back up. Your legs need to be as straight as possible because you are doing a leg stretch. So there's no point having the legs completely bent from here. We are stretching on this one. Again, if you take any strain in your neck, you can lower your head back down, but please be aware that you're not arching your lower back. We're actually working on our abdominals and we're doing a leg stretch at the same time. We're just going to do a couple more like this. And one more each leg. And give yourself a well-deserved thigh hug. And again, you can just gently roll your head from side to side if you have taken a little bit of strain on that one. And from here we're going to roll like a ball. Now the last couple of weeks we have been doing the advanced, slightly advanced version. So if you want to do that one again, then you can. Otherwise, you've got your hands at the back of your legs. You're going to tuck your chin. And as you breathe out, you're going to push your legs into your hands and roll. Breathe it in to roll back down. So you're like a tiny little ball. A little bit more intense, and now you've got your hands on your shins. Don't have them on the knees, on your shins, and you're going to do exactly the same. Breathe in to push, in to roll back down. You will find this, you are working your core, and you will feel it more when you've got your hands on top of your shins. So again, keep your chin tucked. You're in a tiny little ball. If you're still at the level where you've got your hands at the back of your legs and you find it hard to push yourself up, that's where your breathing comes in to help. Breathing out, you're pushing your legs into your hands. So even if you feel that you're exaggerating the breath, it does really help. And even if you can only get to here and slightly massage your spine, you're still working your core as well. And you're going to give you a couple more rolls. And roll yourself all the way down. And you're going to push yourself up the easiest way for you. Or you're going to push your legs into your hands. And we're going to do a spine stretch. Or a couple of spine stretch exercises actually. So if you tighten your hamstrings, keep your knees bent. Lengthen through your spine as you breathe in. You've got a big yoga ball or you've got a big beach ball. And as you breathe out, you're kind of scooping the belly in and you're reaching forward with the crown of your head. Breathing in to come back. Breathing out as you reach. Breathing in to come back. Do be aware, keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Otherwise, straighten out your legs. If you want that extra stretch again, down the back of your legs. Flex your feet as well. Reaching forward with the crown of your head. Breathing in to come back. Breathing out to reach. In to come back. We're just going to do one more. And well done. And we're going to do the open leg rocker. So you slightly shuffle yourself towards the edge of your mat, feet apart. Now if you've not done the open leg rocker before, if it's your first week joining us, then all I want you to do is to roll back. You've got the use of your hands. It's not like when we're rolling like a ball where we're using our abdominals. We're preparing on this one to go onto our shoulders. So if it's your first week, you can just roll yourself back, breathing out. Breathe in to push yourself up. Breathing out to go back and in to push yourself back up. Otherwise, we're doing the open leg rocker. So, legs apart. Hands at the back of your legs. You can put your toes, go onto your tiptoes. And breathing in to prepare. Lengthening through your spine from the crown of your head. As you're breathing out, you're starting to stretch out those legs. You're pushing your legs into your hands. As you're breathing in, you're gently rolling through your spine. Breathing out to push yourself back up. You can come back to this preparation, do the whole thing again. Breathing out. Breathe in, gently roll. Breathing out to push up and come back to here. For those that are quite familiar now with the open leg rocker and you want to keep rocking, then you keep on rocking, breathing in to go back, out to push into your hands with your legs. You don't have to come all the way up, even if you can only come to here and you just rock into there. Just be aware that you're still lengthening through your spine. You don't have to get all the way up to the top to begin with. Again, your breathing is really important on this one because it helps you with the impetus and the pushing of your legs into your hands to get yourself up. You're just going to give you one more. And well done. Shuffle yourself back a little bit. And we're going to do the neck pull, even though we're not really pulling on our necks. But you're going to lengthen through your spine, hands at the bottom of your head, top of your neck. Your elbows are out. And again, if you tighten your hamstring, keep your knees bent. Otherwise, you can have your legs straight. As you breathe out, you're scooping the belly back, you're tucking your chin and you're squeezing elbows together. Only to where it's comfortable. Breathing in, come up to that lengthened spine. And as you breathe out now, you're going to reach over the top with the crown of your head, keeping your shoulders down. And having another stretch, breathing in to come back. Breathing out, squeeze. You can straighten out your legs again, you can flex your feet if you want to. Breathing out to lengthen and reach over the top. Always come through your lengthened spine, do be aware of that. And you're just going to give me one more. Breathing in, breathing out to squeeze back. Breathing in, breathing out to reach over the top. And you're going to roll yourself down. And we're going to do our shoulder bridge. So your heels are as close to your bottom as they possibly can be. The space between your knees and your ankles is about a large apple or an orange. You can support yourself with your hands down, slightly away from the body. Or if you're going to be quite comfortable, you can place your hands on your hips. You can leave them there if you're quite stable. And as you breathe in, you're scooping the belly back, pushing your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Make sure your bottom stays lifted. Breathing out to gently roll back down. Breathing in to scoop and push towards the ceiling. Breathing out to gently roll through every little vertebrae as you place yourself back down. Breathing in to scoop up. Breathing out to roll down. You're going to give me one more like this. Breathing in, this time you're going to stay lifted. Now as you breathe out, you're going to push into the one foot, raise your heels, breathe in to lower, breathe out to lift the other one, in to lower. If you find yourself a little bit unstable on this one, you can place your hands back down. Or if you're quite comfortable now, you can start to gently straighten out the leg as you breathe out, breathe in to bring it back down. Don't rush it. They are not can kicks. You're lengthening and straightening out the leg as you keep your pelvis lifted. Don't let it sink to the ground, to the floor, because you'll start to put pressure on your back. It needs to be lifted. If you want to place your hands back on your hips, if you've got the balance, then you can do so as well. Give me one more each leg. And you're very, very gently going to roll back down. And you're going to give yourself a thigh hug. And sit yourself up the easiest way for you, or push your legs into your hands. And we're going to do a spine twist. So I'm going to show you this face on, and I'm going to do it back to the side as well. Tighten your hamstrings again, keep your knees bent. Hands in this position, and your thumbs are in to your chest. Your shoulders are down and they are relaxed. Lengthening through your spine from the crown of your head. Now think your nose is attached to your fingertips. So as you very gently breathe out, you're doing a little twist from your waist. And breathing in and coming back to centre. So please be aware on this one, you're not overextending and you're turning over here somewhere. No, it needs to be in line. Just a very, very gentle twist of the spine. Now side on. And straighten out your legs as long as your back needs to be nice and lengthened. If you feel for this one that you're in this position from here, even with your knees bent, because this is to do if you've got tight hamstrings, you can always sit on a block, you can sit on a thick book, you can sit on a cushion just to elevate yourself. You may have to have a look at yourself in the TV to check your spine, or to have a little look in the mirror, because do be aware on this one, we don't have much flexibility on this, and you are reaching from the crown of your head. It's a very, very gentle twist, and one of the most common mistakes of this exercise is being hunched in this position and overturning the head and looking over your shoulder. You shouldn't at any point be looking over your shoulder. Your nose is in line with your fingertips and your legs shouldn't move at all. Don't kind of lengthen as you turn. You're not doing that. Your legs are completely and utterly still. So just give me one more each side. Breathing out to turn in to come back to centre. And we're going to roll onto our side. We're going to work on our side leg lifts. So your bodies are stacked, your hips, your shoulders, the heels of your feet. Be able to see out of the corner of your eye your toes. You can have your hand in front of you for balance. Your hips are pushed forward. Please don't sit back into your hips on this one and start lifting your leg very high. You shouldn't be able to. You'll be using the completely wrong muscles. So your hips are pushed forward. You're breathing in to raise both legs. As you breathe out, you're pointing your toes on the way up and flexing them on the way down. It's a lengthening. So your toes should feel like they're reaching towards the wall away from you and flexing them on the way down. So you won't have too much height again on this one. This is a lengthening. It's not a shortening into your waist and into your hips. It's still a lengthening. Give me one more. And lower both legs. Bend your knees. Your heels are in line with your tailbone. And breathing in to raise both feet. Breathing out, you're going into the oyster. Breathing in to lower. Your core area is still nice and tight. Your feet are not moving around. And you're breathing out to open. In to lower. You should be feeling that all in this area and your inner thighs as well. And give me a couple more. Last one. And lower your feet. Straighten out the legs. Bring your top leg across. Now if you're taking you've got any pain in your knee here, you might just need to put a towel or a cushion underneath your knee. Your knee and your ankle should be in line. Again, you're lengthening through your leg from your hip and you're squeezing up towards the ceiling. And on this one, you can do a full up and down with a breath in and a full up and down for a breath out. Your toes are pointed and it's like someone's come along and they're pulling your toes, so it's lengthening from the hip. Any pressure in your knee, and you can slightly relax it, slightly bend it, but you don't want it completely bent and doing this movement. You want the leg moving from your hip, not from your knee. And you're going to give me one more like this. Flex your foot, and now you're going to squeeze that foot forward and back to where you started. And again, you can do a full forward and back for a breath in and a full forward and back for a breath out. And again, any pressure in your knee and just slightly relax it. But that leg is moving from your hip. It's not moving from your knee. Give me one more. You should be able to feel that in your upper thigh. Lower it down, bring your top leg back. Push your upper body up so that your elbows underneath your shoulders. You're going to stay lengthened through your side. You're going to bend both knees in, and again your heels are in line with your tailbone. Now your first level is you're going to push up from there. Your hand can be in a fist, it can be flat. It's entirely up to you how your hand is. Breathing out to push up, in to come down. Breathing out to push up, in to come down. Quite comfortable. Now you can straighten out that leg. Your foot is forward. It's not to the side here. It is slightly forward, and as you breathing out, you're pushing into the foot and breathing in to come down, staying lengthened when you do. You are pushing more weight into that foot now because you're taking some of the weight from this underneath leg. Stay lengthened when you come down, don't sink into your hips. One more. Relax, split your knees, roll through your shoulders, and we're going to just stretch it out a little bit. So stretching over the top and coming back. And give me one more. And let's work the other side. You need to do exactly the same on the other leg. So your bodies are stacked. Shoulders, hips, heels of your feet. You should be able to see your toes out the corner of your eyes. Hands placed in front of you to keep your balance. Breathing in, raise both legs. Breathing out, lift your top leg. Flexing to come down, pointing your toes on the way up as you breathe out, breathing in on the way down. Again, it's a pulling, it's a lengthening away from your hip. Your hip should be forward, you should be balanced on top of the one hip, and you should still be lengthened through from the spine in your neutral position, even though we are on our sides. Should be lengthened from the crown of your head. So complete pulling from your toes and from the top of your head as well. Give me one more. And lower both legs. Bend your knees in, heels in line with the tailbone. Breathing in to raise both feet. Breathing out to go into the oyster, in to lower. Core is still engaged. We are still in that neutral position. Feet don't move around on this one. Just opening up into the oyster. So breathing out, open, in to close. Give me two more. And last one. And lower your feet. Lengthen through your legs. Bring your top leg over, knee and ankle in line if you need a towel or your little cushion. Lengthen through your underneath leg and you're squeezing and pushing that up towards the ceiling. So lengthening, remember, from your hip, not from your knee. And you should be able to feel this in your upper thigh. If you're not, give it that extra little push when you get to the top. Give me one more, keep it lifted, flex your foot, squeezing it forward and back to where you started. Again, if you're not feeling it, if your leg is a little bit lower and you're not particularly feeling it in your inner thigh, you need to raise it and push it from there. And give me one more. And lower that one leg, bring your top leg back, push your upper body up, elbow underneath your shoulder, bend your knees so your heels are in line with your tailbone. First level from there is breathing out, push up, in to bring it back down. Stay lengthened, breathing out to push up, in to come back down. Otherwise, your foot is forward, you're pushing now into that foot and you might even get a deeper reach over the top. Don't sink into the hips when you come down. Your core is still engaged. Breathing out to reach. And give me one more. Push your weight into that foot. And split your knees. Roll through your shoulders. And let's stretch it out. You may find on that one side is slightly easier than the other. And that's completely normal to feel that if you do. And just give me one more stretch. And swing your legs round. Okay, from here we're going to work our abdominals again, and you've got two choices. So you're going to be back onto your forearms as the first level. Now you're not sinking down into your waist and into your hips. Your chest is pushed forward. And as you breathe out, your core is still engaged. And as you breathe out, you're squeezing your knee towards your body. It's not a knee lift, so you're not just kind of keeping the knee bent and you're just lifting your feet. You're squeezing it to your body and lowering it back. Breathing out to squeeze, in to lower. Now, if you do feel quite comfortable there now, you are going to sit yourself up and you're going to have your hands behind your body. They're not wide, they're behind, and you don't have much weight in these hands. And again, your chest is pushed forward, and we're going to do exactly the same thing, but now it will be a little bit more difficult. Don't have your weight completely into these hands, because we are working our abdominals. So your chest really is pushed forward if you're doing this version. If that one's too much for you, if you've tried, then you can go back down to your forearms. And we're just going to do one more each leg. And on the next lift, you're going to keep it lifted. Raise the other one, hold, hold, hold. You shouldn't have much weight in these hands. And well done, you should be able to feel it in your core. And a little reach over. And well done. Now the last couple of weeks we've done the boomerang. And again, if it's your first week joining us, then you either need to go back to rolling like a ball, or if you're quite comfortable with that one, you can do the roll back, breathing out to go back, and in to push yourself back up, and you'll just practice that a few times. Otherwise, everybody else, if you've been doing and been practicing the boomerang, we're going to go straight into it this week. We're not going to do the preparation. So, legs crossed. You can't really see my legs are cut off there, but if I go too far back, then I don't have enough space to roll over. So you have got one leg on top of the other one. And we're going to do the reach over to begin with. So rather than pushing straight back, we're now reaching over the top. We're going to breathe out as we reach. I'll just demonstrate one, just for a quick reminder. So I'm breathing out as I reach over the top to begin with. Breathe in to come to my legs and spine. Breathing out to push myself back. Breathe in to cross my legs. Breathing out to push and reaching over. Keeping those shoulders down. Please don't hunch over when you're lengthening. So we're going to do 4 altogether. So you've got the use of your hands. So breathing out as we reach over. Breathe in to lengthen, place your hands down. Breathing out to push back. Breathe in to cross the legs. Breathing out as you push and lengthen over the top. You can slightly bend your legs if you need to. Breathing in, breathing out to push back. Breathing in to cross the legs. Breathing out to lengthen straight over the top. Breathing in to come to your lengthened spine. Breathing out to push back. Breathing in to cross. Breathing out as you lengthen and go over the top. And well done. And from here, we're going to roll over. and we're going to do the plank. So you've got your two choices for the plank. You're either going to work the one leg or you're going to work both. So think of your form. You're on your forearms. Doesn't matter how your hands are, you can clasp your hands together if you need to, or they can be separate. Your toes are tucked underneath. And if you see, my knees are not underneath my hips, they are behind abdominals. Your core is engaged still. If you're working the one leg, you're going to push into the one toe and push your heel away from the body. Straighten out the leg, breathing in to come down. Breathing out to push in to go away. Your head needs to be in line with your body. Don't let it drop forward, don't let it drop back. Now, if you want to work both, again, you're going to push both heels and into lower. And if you can see that my pelvis is not moving up and down, you don't want this. You don't want to push and come back down, to push and come back down. Your body, your core, and all that area is like a plank of wood. It's not moving at all. And just give me two more if you can. Last one. And sit yourself back into a child's pose. You can either stretch through your hands, or you can have your hands by your side if that's not comfortable for you. And roll yourself over. And this week we're going to put another little new move in, and it's called the seal, or doing the preparation for the seal, as in the animal, the seal. If you're not comfortable with this, because again it's a rolling backwards one, then either do your rolling like a ball, or again the whole rolling back, breathing out, breathing in to push yourself back up. And you're going to have your legs crossed, and you're actually going to hold on to your toes. Please try not to pull them off or dislocate them on in this one. You're only holding them, and you need to work your core on this one. And again, it's a rolling backwards. So you're breathing in, and as you go back, you're going to breathe in. Breathing in to go back. Breathing out to push and push yourself back up. Breathing in, gently going back. Breathe out to push yourself back up. Breathing in, gently rolling back. Breathing out to push yourself back up. So this one, you really are working your abdominals on this one. Again, if you're not comfortable, do your rolling like a ball or the other roll back. Breathing in, roll it back. Breathing out to push back up. Breathing in, breathing out to push yourself back up. One more if you can. Breathing in to go back. Breathing out to push yourself back up. Well done. I wish I could have seen that one for real, but we will, I'm sure, hopefully very soon. Roll yourself over. And we're going to finish off with our press-ups. So again, like the plank, think of your form, your head is in line with your body, your hips are ahead of your knees. Now what we're going to do 5 press-ups. We're going to box our body, tucking our toes, and we're pushing into the downward facing dog. Got your knees bent and you're really pushing to your shoulders. And then we're going to do another 5 press-ups. So your hands can be a little bit wide if they need to be, so that your shoulders are between your wrists. Your core is engaged. As you breathe in, you're gently going to push down, breathing out, push away. Breathe in, breathing out to push away. 3 more, breathing in to go down, out to push away. Your back is completely straight. You're going to give me 1 more. Box your body, arms underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Push your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Keep your knees bent and just have a really good stretch. into those elbows. Coming back down. Think of your form again. Abdominals, your core is engaged. Hips are ahead of your knees, breathing in to go down, out to push away. Keep your head in line, back is completely straight. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Box your body, arms underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes and push your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Have a good stretch. Now we're going to pedal through the feet. Working our calf muscles. And then either you can come to your knees, walk your hands in, keep your knees bent, walk your hands, and you're just going to completely hang, palms facing upwards, and you're just going to breathe. And very, very slowly, you're going to start to come up, and you're going to re-stack your spine. Take it nice and slow. Don't rush it whatsoever. You're going to do a nice big deep breath in and out. Breathing in and out. One arm in front, one arm behind. Take a bow. Give yourself a well-deserved clap. Take care of yourself. And I will see you all real soon. Bye for now.